Beaming King Charles brushes off Andrew drama as huge crowds greet them on royal outing. King Charles travelled to the West Midlands today, where he visited Lichfield Cathedral for a special service and was cheered by huge crowds as he arrived. A beaming King Charles brushed off any family drama as he received a rapturous welcome on a royal visit today. The King travelled to the West Midlands this morning, where he visited Lichfield Cathedral for a special service. His outing comes as the drama surrounding his disgraced brother Prince Andrew continues, with reports he's poised to leave Royal Lodge amid the fury over his peppercorn rent deal after relinquishing his royal titles. The palace is said to be in talks with Andrew over where he should live if Charles can finally get him to agree to leave his 30-room Windsor mansion. But today, Charles left this aside as he was cheered on by thousands of well-wishers as he visited the cathedral. Crowds, which included fans from Italy and the US, waited outside for hours to catch a glimpse of the King after he met community groups and volunteers inside the cathedral. One member of the public told the King it was amazing to be able to meet him as he had been waiting to see him since 5 a.m. Some members of the crowd waved flags, held posters and photographs and chanted "God Save the King" as the royal spent time shaking hands and speaking to people during his visit to the city. Inside the cathedral, Charles was serenaded by a choir as he made time to speak to members of dozens of community groups, including representatives from the city's food bank and Liberty Jamboree, which supports young people with learning or physical disabilities, and volunteers from the cathedral's embroiderers. Much of the activity was centered around the Table for the Nation, which was crafted from 5,000-year-old Finland black oak and originally created for Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee year as a symbol of unity and hope. The King's visit to Lichfield came before a trip to the nearby National Memorial Arboretum, for a dedication ceremony of the LGBT+ Armed Forces Memorial, the UK's first national memorial commemorating LGBT+ people who have served and continue to serve in the military. LGBT+ military charity Fighting with Pride said the sculpture represents a powerful step forward in recognizing and honoring the service and sacrifices of the LGBT+ armed forces community after their historic mistreatment. Charles was joined by dozens of serving and former members of the armed forces at the dedication of the memorial, titled An Open Letter, at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire. He then talked to a number of those who had their military careers cut short before the ban was lifted in 2000, who told of the humiliation and vilification they have lived with since. Thousands of people were investigated, discharged, or forced to leave their careers because of their actual or perceived sexual orientation or gender identity, and face lifelong consequences, including being vilified by family and friends, and losing access to their military pensions. Brigadier Claire Phillips spoke at the dedication ceremony, telling the 300 guests, "I am a gay woman who has served in the British Army for 30 years." For hundreds of LGBT veterans, their experience has been catastrophic, their lives and careers shattered. For the serving community, today's unveiling of this incredible memorial is about remembering that we stand on the shoulders of giants, those people who fought discrimination and persecution so we can now serve openly and proudly. It is about being able to say to our veterans, "You belong and you always did."